Hello, welcome to another episode of Live Feed with your host Richard Santiago. And last time I checked my fake ID, I was Richard Santiago. My co-host today is Lisa Monks, the author of the book The What If Girl. And so we're waiting for her to join us. I'm still working on getting the shirts for you guys, so hang tight. Thank you for joining the show. Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, so my co-host is on.
Hi.
Let's see. So the name of the book is The What If Girl, right?
Yes.
Okay, and what does what if mean, or at least to you?
What if means, and this happens a lot, not just to me, but there's a certain relationship people have and it's great, and for some reason they mess it up by cheating and lying, and the person forgives them, but they never get the relationship. They're never loyal to the relationship and appreciate it when they have it. And then years later, after they've gone on to date other people or get married, you either hear from them or run into them and they want another chance, but it's too late. So I feel like you've become their what if girl.
Right, right.
Girls do it too. So you're always their what if person. What if I hadn't cheated on them?
Right.
What if I hadn't messed it up? What if I'd fixed the relationship and loved them the way I should have when I had them?
Right, right. Wow. Thank you for everyone who's joining the show.
Hi, Jill.
So who's Lisa Monks?
I had to write this. I'm going to use this because someone I worked with said this to me once, and they called me Lisa Monks is a defender of people. I mean, obviously I'm not perfect, but when I have had the courage, whether it's at Starbucks and the baristas being, abused by the public, or whether it's at work, and sometimes I've had moments in my life where I found the courage to stand up for someone.
No, that's awesome. That's good. That's very
I'm a
good.
work in progress. Lisa Monks is a work in progress.
Right. So when was the book released?
The first edition was released on my birthday in 2017,
2017,
and then
okay.
a second edition was released in March 2018. So September 27th, okay. And then March last year.
Interesting. All right. And how long has it been that you've been like an advocate for survivors of bullying?
I try to comment when I see posts. I think I've shied away from it, to be honest. You never want your bullies to know that they ever really got to you. So it's like if they're, especially in today's social media, you don't want to talk about it because you don't want them to know you were ever really bothered by it. But I think a part of me, like even when I was quiet and really introverted, I tried to always stand up for people a little bit, not as much as I could have or should have.
Right.
But obviously when you get bullied off and on throughout your life, you become very passionate about it happening to other people. I mean, who wants to experience that?
Right.
If I could, I would, get rid of it, but you're never going to get rid of all the people that have whatever inside them that makes it do it.
Right.
Anger, the power. People like to have power over people.
That's
I would like to do more, hopefully. Right. Like someday I can do more to help.
Yeah, don't we all? Yeah, I agree with that. So let's see. So on the show, I get a lot of young boys and girls on the show. What kind of advice would you give to a young boy or girl who's going through bullying?
So I really thought about this the last few days when you gave me those questions. That I have to present safe advice. I can tell you the things I did when I was brave enough to even just a little bit stand up to them, but I can't advise anyone to do that on their own. Right. It's not safe. I can't sit there and know the psychological background of the person that's bullying you and know what they're capable of. So as you mentioned, videotaping, if you can, if your friend can, if anyone's a witness of it, please, like, videotape this. Even hang on to it until you feel safe to show it to someone, and document. Make an email to yourself if you're not ready to send it off, but collect evidence, either in written form or on your phone in a notepad or through an email to yourself, and collect this evidence, collect dates, times, the names of the person, what they did, what they said, anyone that was there that heard it or saw it, was a witness to it. And I mean, even as a little kid, anyone watching this is going to be able to write, is going to have access to email, and collect this evidence. When you present, like pages of things that were done to you, to an adult, to authorities, to people that are responsible to provide a safe environment for you, which our schools today are supposed to be providing a safe environment for you. And even if the bully takes it off the property of the school, it doesn't, you have to present it to an adult that you trust, an older student that you trust, and they're going to have to take action. They're going to take it seriously. When I went up against a work that, and the sad thing was, and this was like years ago, so hopefully it's changed, is there wasn't laws in place really for bullying, so it had to be like anything that was considered sexual harassment.
Right.
But even though the women said, I don't care if you have a signed affidavit, which I did, I don't care if you have witnesses, I don't care about but I had pages of documented things, I did have an assigned affidavit, and I did have witnesses, and you know what, on the day of, it did matter.
That's good.
Because they had nothing. They had no evidence. They had no witnesses. They had no evidence documented against what I was saying not being true. So it did matter. It made a difference.
Right. Wow. You answered that perfectly. Yeah, like textbook perfectly. And you got a couple of hearts out of that. So good job. Anybody else that agrees with her, please smash that heart button. So let's see. What about adults? What advice? It's probably going to be similar to what you just said, but are there any changes for adults?
Well, as an adult, you can assess whether you feel safe standing up against the person. When you have to assess. I shouldn't say So assess whether you think, because sometimes it will shock them. Sometimes people don't have the courage to continue the bullying if you stand up against them and just sort of do what they're doing to you, like in a confrontation, confront them about what they're doing. Confront them and say, it's not acceptable.
Right.
You're not tolerating it. Whether I'm coming to work, I'm doing my job, and I want to be left alone. I don't do anything to you.
Right.
I mean, there's other things I could say, poke them back, but you're not allowed. But that's,
right.
Any physical act you take against them can be held against you. It's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So again, I want to also say, there's always going to be consequences to defending yourself.
Yeah.
Because people like it. Your management may or may not want to deal with the issue. You can force their hand to deal with the issue, but their solution may not be something that they often want you to sit down and talk to them, which how is talking to someone that's clearly not psychologically balanced or in a good headspace going to stop it? It usually ends up to them just trying to find another way to retaliate.
Right.
But again, documenting it. With it happening so much today, it's all the things that bullies do now fall under a law, and they're all against the law. It's against the law for someone to touch you, it's assault. It's against the law for someone to harass you verbally. It's against the law for someone to call you names. It's defamation of character. Now, whether someone takes it seriously, they're going to have to. Because if your work doesn't, you can go above them. You can go to the law.